And I'm sharing my notes here. So guys, it seems like a while. This is Monday. We did this on Thursday. On Thursday, we talked about alkene nomenclature, which means alkene naming. Something I skipped. I didn't do this on Thursday because I was running out of time. There are common names for alkene groups, but these are not names you need to know for this course. So the first one is when you have like a group. So this would be a cyclopentane, of course. And on it is a group of double bonded carbons. This in common language or a common name, they call methylidine. You do not need to know this, okay? But if you're curious or if you ever see the word methylidine, it means a double bonded carbon, but again, not something you need to know. These are two other carbon groups. We have vinyl and allyl. That's hard to say, A-L-L-Y-L, allyl and vinyl. You also, in this course, do not need to worry about these common names. The only reason I mention this on these slides is you might, in some of your engineering courses or even in chemistry 1120, might have heard of PVC, polyvinyl chloride. It comes from this type of bond. A vinyl group is a branch, and like so one carbon away and then a double bond. An allyl group is two carbons away, so 1, 2, and then a double bond. You do not need to know these for this course. So slide 15 and slide 16, you definitely do not need to study. All right, let me just check the chat. I got one message hanging out there, and then we'll move on. And so, okay, Naim, a really good question in the chat. Unfortunately, I do have to have your test on Monday, but Naim asked, can we do review on Thursday? And the answer is yes. We will definitely be doing review on Thursday. And that's another reason why I don't want to have the test this week. I want to move it to next week. So on Thursday's class, I can give you some questions to review. So yeah, the answer there is yes, there is review. Okay. Did we, guys, can somebody tell me in the chat, did we do these examples on slide 17 or 18? Did we already do these? I feel like we did slide 17, but maybe not slide 18. I guess I could go to my YouTube video to see. I can do this really quick. Just hold on here. I should know this. I'm not like trying to get you guys to tell me, but just give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, all right. I just watched or just checked up on the old YouTube video. We did these. So now I will move into these. And I have a message in the chat. Yeah, we did. Okay, Abdulaziz, thank you very much. Okay, so judging by my YouTube video, we didn't do these two. So let's practice these. This is, I'm naming alkenes. This is obviously something that would be on your test next week. Basically, if you get up to naming alkenes and alkynes, you're ready for this test. So let's look at these names together. Oops, I might, well, these are hard to do for you guys, but anyways, okay. So let's look at this molecule. I need to number these molecules so that I have the lowest number tackling my or approaching my double bond. So I can't start here at the bottom. This doesn't make sense. I can't go like 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't work. I can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I need to include the double bond for naming. So what I do is I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to name it like this. Now, my parent name is hex because I have 6 carbons is hex or hexane. Putting it together with my suffix because this is an alkene, this is hexene, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is hexene. Now, on this second carbon, I have my double bond. So this, if I didn't have the fluorine and the methyl group, this would be 2-hexene. Unfortunately, I do have groups here. So on the third carbon, I have methyl, and on the fourth carbon, I have fluoro. Don't worry about spelling, guys. I'm not too concerned about spelling. So I would go in alphabetical order. I would call this 4-fluoro, 3-methyl. Sorry, I had to write that really small. 2-hexene. This is a good one. This is a really, honestly, this is about as hard as they would get. I mean, it's not even that hard, but there's a lot of parts to this name. Yeah, all right. So, oops, sorry guys, I did something wrong on my screen here. All right, so 4-fluoro, 3-methyl, 2-hexene. This is literally as hard as they would be. I mean, this is a really big molecule. There's 2 branches, there's a double bond. This is a good question, but they all won't be this. I hate saying hard because it's not hard, but it's you know, a lot of information in this name. Okay, so let's go over to this next one. This one's a lot easier. So I have a double bond here, and I have a functional group called bromo. I also know I'm dealing with hexane. Now I know that because of the shape. I mean, hexane is one of the most common shapes we'll be using because aromatic rings have 6 carbons in them. The challenge here is numbering this correctly. Yeah, I'm seeing some comments there from Naim in the chat. Oh, actually, I'll come back to your comment, Naim, in the chat after I do this one. Okay, so let's go. I want to number this carbon. So there's 2 ways I could do this. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the bromo would be on the 5th. But let's try this another way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot better. Having the bromo on the lowest number would be more logical here. So I would call this, there's only one functional group here. So 4-bromo. Now I don't need to say 1. I can just say cyclohexene. You could put the 1 in here if you wanted. With cyclo groups, again, like I mentioned, we do not need a 1 if we don't have to, but I wouldn't mark you wrong. Okay, so going back to the one on the left, there was a message in the chat there about the alphabetical order. And the message says, you know, H comes before some of these letters. I think H comes before M. Just remember, this is our parent name. The parent always goes at the end. The parent is the longest carbon chain, and we put a suffix on the parent. The suffix meaning Is it an alkene, an alkane, an alkyne, or like an alcohol? We would end it with OL. The parent is always at the end. The alphabetical order only applies to substituents. So I'm just writing in the top corner here, alphabet. Sorry, my pen is like slower than my writing. Alphabetical order is only for branches or substituents. So the hexene here, I don't care about the alphabetical order because this is my parent. This is my longest chain. Okay, well, let me go on to this slide. Let me do an easy one, and then I'll ask you guys to do this one. Now, somebody is more than welcome to write in this box here if they want to, or you can just do it in your head, but I will give you a minute to do that. But let me show you how easy this is. These are my favorite. Sketching is the easiest. I love these because first I start with my parent. Okay, so 2 heptene. So hept means 7. So let's draw a 7 carbon chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me draw that bigger. I don't know why I'm drawing that so small. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's heptene. There's 7 carbons. On the second carbon, I like to go from the left to right. I am going to draw a double bond. So there we go. There is 2 heptene. Let me pick another color here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now on the 5th carbon, I need to put a methyl group. So there we go. That's it. That is 5-methyl-2-heptene. One of the reasons I want you guys to come to school, to the campus to do your test is because honestly, drawing these are very easy. And I would love to see you guys get a chance to draw some of these molecules on your online tests, like your online quizzes. You can't really draw them. So I have Aludine right now drawing this molecule, number B, or letter B. Let's see how he does. No pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have heptane, looking good. Keep going. Perfect. So right now you have 2 heptene. All I need is the chloro and the ethyl. Beautiful. There's your chloro group. On the second carbon, I love it. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. If you did this on a test, that is full marks. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you guys can see on the second carbon, we have a chloro group and the double bond. On the 4th carbon, we have the ethyl group. Check mark, check mark, check mark. Beautiful. That is perfection. Honestly, guys, like was it who did that? Abdullah, I can't remember. Abdulladine, I can't remember your name, but whoever did that.
That's Aladdin. Aladdin is Aladdin.
Okay, Aladdin. Sorry, I sometimes I say Aludine, but Aladdin. If you did that on the test next week, full marks. And honestly, that's about as hard as the test is. You know, you'll have to know a little bit about isomers, but you'll have to basically draw and name alkanes and some alkenes. It's going to be very easy. And on Thursday, like I mentioned, we will do a review. So how about this? Let's do the dienes part. We'll do 3 more slides. And then tomorrow, we'll finish this section, and that will bring us up to what you need for the test. So we'll worry about alkynes tomorrow. Alkynes are named exactly the same, except we use "-ine" instead of "-ine." It's really easy. So let's do one more topic, and that's it for today. Okay, so dienes, kind of like a dimethyl group or something like that. The word di means two. You can have a triene, but we're only going to deal with dienes in this course. So dienes is when you have more than one double bond and you don't really do anything else but add diene at the end, and of course put in the numbers where the double bonds are. So like, let's look at this chemical. I would start numbering not this way, right? This is not the lowest number to get me a double bond. So I would start on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is obviously pent, or pentane would be our parent. However, there are two double bonds on this. One is on the first carbon and one is on the third carbon. So we would call this 1,3 pentadiene. Guys, it's kind of like if you had this molecule here, you would call this 2,3 dimethyl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentane. Well, if you have two double bonds, you need to put the di in the parent and include it in the suffix. So I would say 1,3, penta means 5, and then diene means two double bonds. Here, you could kind of start numbering anywhere. Like I could start here or here. I'm going to start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 means hex. This would be 3-methyl. We put our functional group, or sorry, not functional group, our branch or substituent first. So 3-methyl. And then on the first carbon and the fourth carbon, I have a diene, or two double bonds. This one is pretty cool. I like this question. This is a little complicated, but this would be 1,4-cyclohexadiene. I mean, doesn't that sounds really complicated, but it's, if you follow the rules, it's actually not. So let me do two practice problems and we are done for today. This is a challenge problem. I might get you guys to try this one, but let's do this one first. Sketch the molecule or write the IUPAC name. All right, sketching is easy. Cyclopentadiene. Now, forget the diene part. This is like the parent here is cyclopentane. Now, it does have two double bonds, but first thing I'm going to do is draw a 5-carbon ring. Remember, in this course, you only need to know how to draw cyclo for 4, 5, or 6. I'm not going to get you to do any, like drawing any others, because they can be very hard to draw. Oof, my hexane there. I should be the best at drawing hexane, but okay, so 4, 5, or 6. Okay, so I have my parent, my cyclopentane, but on the first and third carbon, I'm going to have two double bonds. So it honestly doesn't matter. Like, like where you number this doesn't really matter. I'm going to number it like this. So on my first carbon, I'm going to draw a double bond. And on my third carbon, I'm going to draw a double bond. And that's it. I mean, oops, sorry guys, my wrist hit the screen. That's it. That is 1,3-cyclopentadiene. But I do notice on the first carbon, I have a methyl group. All right, so there we go. 1-methyl, and then on the first and third carbon, we have cyclopentadiene. or 2 double bonds. You'll notice in this situation, I do include the 1. That's just because I have the 3 as well. So the 1 and the 3 are where my double bonds are. Just a little reminder, when you're writing your double bonds, always move forward in the chain. So the fact that I had a double bond on the 1, I don't put it here. I don't go backwards. We only go forwards. So I go towards 2. When I had the double bond on the 3, I went towards the 4. Do not go backwards. All right, let's look at this one. We're almost done, guys. Okay, so I want to start numbering this. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. So I want to start numbering, but look at this. Just watch what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I'm looking at a double bond on the 2nd, a chlorine on the 3, and a chlorine on the 5, and a double bond on the 4. I mean, there's a lot of things happening here. But I'm wondering, could I get my numbers lower? Specifically, could I get my chlorine number lower? This is kind of why I love these problems. It's like solving a little puzzle. So what about if I went this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm looking at much lower numbers. This is a really interesting name. This is kind of a cool one. So let's start with the parent and the suffix. My parent here is hexane, but I have a double bond on the 2nd and 4th carbon. So this would be 2, 4, a hyphen, hexa. Sorry, guys, my pen is not being my friend this afternoon. Diene. Okay, the only other thing I need to do, there's a message in the chat. I'll read that in a minute. It might be somebody giving me the answer, I hope. So there's my 2, 4, hexadiene. The di means that there's 2 double bonds on the 2nd and the 4th carbon. But I also have 2, 4 dichloro substituents on that. So this is a hard one. This is about as hard as you would ever see on a test. Like, I mean, honestly, and it's not even that hard, but this is literally about as difficult as I would ever make a naming question. So we have 2, 4 dichloro, 2, 4 hexadiene. And let me just check the chat here. Yes, thank you, Aladdin or Aladdin. That's perfect. All right, guys, almost done. Thank you for that answer. That was perfect. I have one more question. I know it's 4:05 in the afternoon and you guys are tired and busy, I'm sure, but I have a challenge for you. Okay, how many people are here? I think I only have 8 students. That kind of makes sense. I have a challenge. This would be something like I would put as a bonus question on a test. Typically, I'll have a bonus naming question on the test for an extra mark or 2. Can you guys name this? I am going to pause myself. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, and I will be back in like maybe 3 minutes and see if anybody in the chat can have this named. So to take 2 or 3 minutes and I will be right back. Try this one, put your answer in the chat. This is definitely too hard for a test question. This is a bonus question. So try this and I'll be right back.
So both of them are right.
Oh,
one is, it's the same, but I just changed the order because I have to write in alphabetical order.
Right. Okay. I think that does look good. Your second one specific. Okay. This is there's some confusion with this. Is interesting. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling here because I love this question. this is a tough question. Okay, so first thing you want to do, I think personally I would accept a few answers for this, but first thing you want to do is number this and try and get the lowest possible numbers for everything. Now, Aladdin, you might have a different answer than me, but that doesn't mean that I would mark you wrong. So this is how I would approach this question. I would personally number it this way. I say personally, I do believe this is correct. This is clearly a bonus question. I mean, there's a lot of rules coming into play here. So I would start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, why would I start here and not here? Well, I need to include my double bond. I also want the bromine to be the lowest possible number. And to do that and keep everything else low, it's better to go this way around the molecule than to go this way. So what I mean is if I erase my numbers, you might have numbered it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but look at that double methyl group, dimethyl is on the 6. I don't like that. I want to keep everything low. So I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's break it down now. I'll pick another color. On the first, we have an ethyl. On the second, we have a bromo. On the third, we have dimethyl. Now, Aladdin, I noticed in your alphabetical order, you put the D in there, but we're actually looking for the M to be in alphabetical order. I know this is complete madness. Don't worry, Aladdin, I would mark you perfectly correct if you did this on a test. Don't worry. But we use the substituent names for alphabetical order. So I have E, B, and M. In alphabetical order, it goes B, then E, then M. And I know, Aladdin, in the chat, you went bromo first, then you said dimethyl. That's completely fine. I'm not a crazy person, but we always choose the letter on the substituent, meaning the methyl, ethyl, propyl, chloral, whatever it is. Okay. Whew. So this one's crazy. Let's get the name going. So alphabetical order, we have 2 bromo, 1 ethyl, 3 dimethyl. Oops. Again, the M is what I'm looking at. So the M comes after. And then comma, or hyphen, sorry, 1, 4 hexa, because I have 6 diene. Oh my gosh, look at that name. There you go. Now, guys, this would be on your test next week on Tuesday, I guess it is, or on Monday. Sorry, on Monday.
So I have a question.
Yes, just let me mention that this, I will give you on your test on Monday a bonus question. It's not worth anything except bonus marks, and it would look like this. Okay, I am finished. What is your question?
So we don't have to write the cyclo?
Oh my gosh, yes we do. See, I would even get this one wrong if I did this on a test. Yes, oh my. Thank you for that. You get a bonus mark. Of course I need cyclo. Hexa, diene. Sorry about that. I mean, that's one of the key parts because that's the parent. The parent is cyclohexane. Thank you. Wow, you saved me. All right, cool. Whew. The sad thing is this will be on YouTube forever. Oh, well. Okay, is that cool? Is everybody okay with this? Now, again, guys, like, trust me, you will never see a name this hard on a test. All right, I'm going to hit stop record. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Other than that, you are free.